What's up? What's up? What's
You gotta do it again.
no?
You gotta do it again.
Okay, go ahead.
Take two. Go.
What's up? What's up?
Yo.
What's up, you guys? How are you doing today? Welcome to our Fearless Investing podcast. We have Ashlee Green in the house, you guys. We got Ashlee Green in the house. I'm super geek, super excited. But before I get super excited, let's do some quick housekeeping first. All right, Tanya, you ready for that? You ready for the housekeeping?
What's housekeeping?
You don't know what's housekeeping?
I'm gonna find out.
Oh, you are when this.
It's like church announcement.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. There we go. All right, we back. What's up, you guys? All right, so we have one of our ex-super students, Miss Ashlee Green. I want to start by let's talk about who is Ashlee. Like, who's Ashlee?
Ashlee is, well, I grew up in Birmingham. I went to Ramsey High School.
Let's go,
Here.
Ramsey. I didn't know that.
Rams, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Played basketball in high school, won a few state championships.
Who?
That's why you work out every day.
You? You
Go
playing?
in the gym and look on the bench.
You playing?
Go in the gym and look on the bench.
You got some battles in. Okay, keep
It's
going.
hard
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
Grew up in a 2-parent household, thankfully. Shout out to Liz and Clay.
Let's go.
I have one brother. I have 2 nieces and a nephew. I'm a TT, and I'm a nurse.
Your auntie.
I'm a TT. They call me TT.
You-
Put that little. Yes, 3-time auntie.
Okay.
Before you
Is that your name or is
That's
that
auntie. That's like short for auntie. Like
is that
Yeah.
the young folks auntie?
Yeah, that's what they call me because
They can't say auntie, TT.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm following.
TT. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a nurse practitioner. Been in healthcare for over a decade now, and that's it. I was ready to delve into a new world.
Okay.
what's up, Joy? I see you. Hey, Al. Hey, Tamiko. Go ahead.
I forgot that you can't put them
I
up
got
there.
you. I got you right here.
All right. Well, I mean, both of us talking, so
Just do it.
All right. But anyway, so 2-parent household. Was either one of your parents entrepreneur, or where did you get that from?
I never really wanted to be an entrepreneur. I never actually saw that in my life or in my family life.
Okay.
Growing up, and I guess I think as far as social media, when social media started to become a thing is when I actually started seeing it, and I started seeing people like that look like me having their own businesses and
Come on,
investing and all that stuff. So that's when I started getting the idea in my head, and then I realized like I don't want to be breaking my back until I'm 70 years old.
Absolutely.
As a nurse, even though I love what I do, like it is hard on your body. You only get one back.
The nurse is hard on you.
You're always walking. Just think about it. You're always walking. What kind of shoes you got on?
I
Like you
got
got
on,
major support.
Yeah.
Do you always have supportive shoes on? Like, is that important?
Yes, it is. It is. Very
I couldn't be a
important.
nurse.
Yeah. Is
I
there?
couldn't.
There's hours you go without. You don't get a lunch break, bathroom break. You rolling people, lifting people, and it can be hard.
Okay.
It really can.
I mean, I guess I never
I commend
thought
you
about
for
it.
that.
Physically, yeah, and
Definitely.
mentally.
Just think about how many times you had to lift your grandma. Like,
Yeah, I guess I was a little nurse-ish.
nurse-ish.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So when you told your parents, I'm finna to dive into this entrepreneur real estate.
Because no, it didn't
world.
even start with real estate.
No,
No,
it didn't
what
start
did
with
it
real
start with?
estate. It started with I had a cleaning business for a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah, that's where it started, and I saw the highs and lows from that,
Okay.
and I just decided I wanted to go in a different direction. I always was interested in real estate investing,
Okay.
but then I ended up running into you guys, and then it felt like it was more possible.
More possible. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm finna paint a picture. Before running into us, how long was real estate on Ashlee's mind, roughly?
At least a few years, but I just
Okay.
never saw anybody that looked like me. It was always, these older white people that I saw. I was like, okay, well, of course, but what about me?
Okay. So it became relatable later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think I know where you were headed to with your question, Antonio. When she finally told her family that she was going to become an entrepreneur, she was going to have a side hustle. What were their thoughts?
Did you tell her beforehand or afterhand?
I told them beforehand. I always tend to run stuff by them.
Okay.
To see like what
thoughts,
like the reaction and see how how they gauge things. And they're always supportive. They've always been supportive. That's the weird. Even like my mom, if I was having trouble with math, she gonna get me a math tutor. Basketball, she got me a basketball tutor.
Okay.
She's always gonna be supportive.
That's good.
And my dad, he's just gonna be there.
He's
I call
with
him.
you.
Yeah, he's gonna ride or die.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I promise you, since we've been doing this podcast, you are the first person where your family or someone close to you were entrepreneurs, and that you got it from social media. And I think it goes with the age and time that we're in. A lot of it is easier to find because it wasn't easier then to find it on social media like it is now. So that if it isn't in your family or if it isn't someone that's close to you, you can still cultivate those dreams and still make it a reality.
Agree.
So
was the reaction different from, hey, I'm gonna start a cleaning business, to, hey, I'm gonna go into real estate, from your parents? Was the reaction different? It was the same.
Not really. It was the same.
Right.
Like whatever you want to do, whatever you need us to do,
we get for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really was.
That's because they already knew that Ashlee was a go-getter and an action taker. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you're special, you're special.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you're special, you're special. And I'm sure your parents have seen you excel. Obviously, state champion.
I was just getting ready to say that if you're a state
every
champion,
level of your life.
Mm.
So that kind of, not about me, but remind me of my mom. I don't think she ever told me no to anything. Like, it was just always, if you want to do it, all right, let's do it. Let's see what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kind of excelled at most things, so it was a lot easier for them.
Yeah.
You just made me lose train of thought.
It is easier with that support. It really is.
Yes.
Somebody believes in you.
Yes.
That's important.
You feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? If you said I could do it, then you know what? I
I
could do it.
can definitely do it.
do
I
it.
can definitely do it.
All right. So, when did we start the cleaning business? What year was that?
That was 2021, I believe.
2021.
Yeah.
We started the cleaning business, and we kept it through 2023, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. we've kept it through 2023.
Yeah.
In 2023, you decided, or was that 2022? You decided that you wanted to invest in real estate.
The end of 2022 is when I really took action.
Okay.
Because I think I went to you guys' masterclass, and I think I caught like the Black Friday sale or something like that.
You were Black Friday.
Black
That
Friday,
was
baby.
that was our first Black Friday.
And then after that, the conference.
Okay.
And then I became a deal partner. So
Got
things
it. Okay.
kind of just like
Man, I forgot.
streamlined.
So I'm and I know you got questions, Ashley, and you're gonna get to them, but you know I gotta ask mine when they come. What type of fears did you have when you joined the Black Friday special? Because even though it was a special, it was a nice investment.
Mhm.
So what was those fears that you had with taking that? In my opinion, that was like step one. I'm fierce about this.
Well, the fears were that was I going to be able to retain all the information in the courses?
Okay.
How was I going to be able to implement those things within, a certain amount of time, which it makes it easier when you've invested the money into it. You like, okay, I paid my money.
Yeah.
Like, I got to, I got to get something rolling. But then when I actually joined the deal partner thing, that's when like I was
you really had
I really like got pushed out there.
Got pushed out there.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say you had fears, because whenever I'm talking to you, you have no fears. At least surface level, like you got poker face, no fears. Like, yeah, I can do that. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And it's just like the coolest thing ever. But to hear you say, like, yeah, I did have fears, I think that's important, because sometimes we don't recognize them and we push them back. And are you the oldest?
Yes.
And it's because you're the oldest. It's because you're the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got that trait from my grandmother, because she was always like, "Don't let people see you sweat." That was always, since I was little. She would always say, "Don't let people see you sweat. Don't let people see you nervous, see you scared, anything like that." Which can be a bad,
yeah.
But yeah, that's where I got that from.
You're like, Ashley saw
It surely worked with us. You're like, shit, no nothing phase, huh?
And my basketball coach used to say that. He's like, "I'm just fussing and cussing at you."
You like,
okay.
Yeah, like, and I ain't gonna sit here and say we had all peaches and cream conversations, y'all.
Right.
Throughout it did not phase. It was like, okay,
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
What next?
I remember the one thing you said that stuck with me, and I probably tell a lot of people this. We asked you what type of help you wanted. We were like, do you want like us to be with you hands on? And you said, no, I want you to let me lead and you hold my hand as needed. And you literally was like, all right, what's next? All right, what's next? All right, we had a challenge. I messed up a little bit, but what's next? Like, it was never a shut down. I'm getting ready to quit. I can't do this. Because depending on the person, we have that from time to time where it's the complete meltdown. And it will be times that I will say, Antonio, you think Ashley's okay? And he'll say, Ashley's a big girl. She's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You sure she's okay? Because I would be panicking right now. Ashley got this. I'm like, well, she said. And then I was like, you Ash, you good? You straight? Let me tell you what my feelings are. So I commend you for that, Ash. Like, you stuck it through. You pulled through. Even when it hurted, because sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it hurts. Yeah.
So we got the cleaning business. We joined Black Friday. We become deal partner. Now we got our first property.
How did you find your first deal?
I found it with you guys. You guys had a wholesaler.
Okay. So
shout out to Robert.
Robert Howard
Yeah.
was the one who sold it to us. So if
he's on billboards now.
He's on big billboard. He's on big billboard. Him and his daughter.
Absolutely.
So for the people who are watching, what is a wholesaler?
A wholesaler is basically a person who they do the hard work going to find a property. they go to the buyer and they say, hey, you know, are you willing to sell this property? I can get you this much for it. But do they usually tell them that I'm gonna sell it to somebody else?
It's on the hotel.
They got to do that now. Right?
Eventually, they gotta say.
Not necessarily.
Anyway.
They can say, I have a team that I work with.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what some of them say.
Yeah. So basically, they just tell a buyer, "Hey, I got somebody that's willing to buy this. You know, I can get you this much. You know, what's up?"
And there it is. In a nutshell, that's what it is. A wholesaler goes and finds properties, gets them under contract, sells them to cash buyers, and make a spread in the middle.
So I know I'm going overboard, but since Ash asked this question, and sometimes they buy it first.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, they are the buyer before they sell it to the investor. So at that point, they bought it first. But it's your level of wholesaling.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. I went on to
Yeah, you did. You wouldn't let. All right. It's all right. It's all right. I go left all the time. I can't be that man.
All right. So we got our first deal. What was your fears with before you even like signed the paper? Like, I know while you had it under contract, there's some fears going through your head.
I don't think I had as many fears as I should have.
Okay.
Because I was just so excited. Like I was like in that realization, like, oh, I'm a real estate investor now for real. Like I got a property.
Got a
Not
property.
a house, but a property.
Ooh, I hear you.
So I have an investment property. So I mean, even going into the house and seeing like the things that were wrong with anything, I mean, it really didn't scare me.
Okay. So I'm gonna take one step back.
Okay.
What type of financing did you use, and what was the process like?
Okay, so I used hard money, and a lot of people use hard money because there's less paperwork, and then you can close faster. And so your interest rates are going to be higher, but that's that's give and take. So that's what I use hard money.
Okay, so when you hear people say hard money, when you hear people say financing, was it a stressful process? Did it challenge you at all? Like, what was that process like?
It wasn't. It was a new process, of course, but it wasn't really all that difficult because they don't ask for as many documents as like when I was like, I had to give them everything.
No,
but
you got that deposit in that account.
Right. Right. My grandma. But yeah, it wasn't as difficult. It was just knowing like where to get certain documents from. I'd be like, Ashley, hey, what is this? Where can I get
this certificate of compliance?
Yeah.
That's usually
I was like, where do I get that?
Okay. All right. So for those of you who are wondering, and the finance is a big part of real estate, Ashlee received a purchase and rehab loan. So her loan was covering the purchase price, and her loan gave her the money to fix the house up. Mm-hmm. So do not think that you have to, because I think the total purchase and rehab was 150. 160. What was the total purchase and rehab on it? I don't even remember.
I feel like you just said that the other day too.
The loan was like 178.
170. So understand that you don't have to have $178,000
in the bank
to go do a real estate deal. All right. So understand, hard money is there to help you buy it. Hard money is there to give you the money to rehab. Cheap. All right. So now we to the fears of the property.
All right. So you're in this deal, and what's your first fears?
First fears are what else is underneath what
that I don't see.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we saw like where the water damage and stuff was at, and things like that.
Yeah.
But what you couldn't see was like there's rotting wood behind walls, and pipes that are not good, and this, that, and the other. So
that's right.
Those are Yeah, those are some of the fears. Like, what else is gonna come up?
Absolutely. What you about to say, Tony?
Quick description. So tell them what you did. What did the rehab consist of in a high level? What all did you do to the property?
So on the outside, we had to put a deck up. It was a large deck that we had to put up. So because the other one that had been installed, it was slanted towards the house, and so when it rained, all the water was going towards the house, and it ended up eroding part of the floors and all that stuff. So we had to build a big deck.
You know, that's scary, by the way.
Yeah.
Just thinking back at it, that's scary for your first one.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it wasn't the whole house, like that little area, that can make you walk away from a deal.
Yeah. But it wasn't termites.
So it's just water. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. We painted the outside. We had to put a new porch on the outside, on the front side. We had to cut back some limbs from the trees because it's huge trees around the property. There was a big rotten fence, so I had to take the rotten fence.
That fence was horrible.
Yes, it was awful. What else? I think that was it on the outside, really. And then on the inside, new flooring, paint, had to repair some windows. Had to make sure that all the windows opened.
And they were old.
They were really old. All new tubs, new fixtures. Ended up saving the cabinets, but got granite in 2 of the bathrooms and in the kitchen. Had to get out they had a jacuzzi tub in the bedroom.
Hey, that was the time machine.
The jacuzzi tub was not in the bathroom in the master.
It was in the middle.
Tub was in the room.
In the middle of the master. But not the middle, but in the master bedroom.
Like you could have laid in the jacuzzi and watched TV in the bedroom at the same time. Or looked over the rail and seen your wife laying in the bed. Like it was not like.
Was it a rail there? It was a rail there?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a little.
Yeah, it was. It was like a little partition, like little privacy thing. But that's after you brought the hose pipe in to fill up. It was not pipe for. It was not.
So
pipe.
That was weird. I mean, that was the first time I had ever seen a real jacuzzi inside of a bedroom.
Yeah, I thought it was the flyest thing ever, and it was just like, no,
get it out of here.
Got to go.
Get it out of here.
Got to go. Okay, we go, and what we'll do, we'll put some before and after pictures.
We'll post it.
Already coded.
So if you're not already coded and you're watching, make sure you join Real Estate Investing Live, and we'll drop some of the before and after pictures so that you can see what it looked like before, and then
what it ended up like.
What Ashlee transformed it to. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you go, Ash.
All right. So did anything go wrong in the rehab?
Ooh, hold up. You guys rephrase that question. I would say give me the top 3 challenges during the rehab process.
Okay. Top 3 challenges. I'm gonna have to pull this out because I tried to
push it.
I'm trying to repress those memories. So one thing, my contractor, these are things that he could not help, but he got COVID. 1 week.
COVID
so he was out. He was he got pneumonia and all that stuff. So he was out that time. He ended up having a baby. So he was out another whole week during that time.
Okay, so personal
that
time.
Was lost time.
Personal time with the contractor. Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird though. A baby and COVID.
He had COVID first before the baby, right?
But he had COVID after the baby.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so that's one challenge. Give me 2 more challenges during the rehab process.
During the rehab process. Again, finding these covered things like rotten wood and walls and things like that took more time and more labor.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically having the patience to wait on that, like that last 10% that you talked about.
What's 10%? What is that? What are you talking about, Ash?
The last 10%, meaning like that last little bit, like you can see, like you walking through, it's like, oh, we almost there. You're like, oh, that. You're like, oh, that. And you know, just the blue tape process, and you know, making sure everything's right and things like that.
I didn't blue tape that house, huh? I just videoed it.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this? What is this?
Yeah. So, we gotta talk about this 10%. Most of the time, the hardest part of that project is that last 10%, because for one, your contractor has already kind of took his eyes off your project,
mentally moved,
and he's kind of got his eyes somewhere else, and the things that need to be done are not big, and you don't see big transformation.
You don't see any transformation.
And it's like, is this thing gonna ever finish? Because like they're working, but the things you see are tedious things.
And then you start to ask, like, are they really working? Like, what's really going on? Yes, they're working. Yes,
so
they're
that 10%, I am horrible in it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's probably my biggest weakness, is that last 10%. I mean, that's where Ashlee really kicks in to kind of get us through to the finish line, because my mind be done with 3 properties over this.
He's already on.
I'm going somewhere else.
Just like the contract.
My mind goes somewhere else, and we ain't even done. So it actually really helps me with the 10%, but I know it's a weakness, and I just got to work on it.
Yeah, like I can probably blue tape a house about 4 times. Because once you blue tape the first one, then all of a sudden other stuff starts to be more noticeable. And even the stuff that you let slide, you was like, the second time around, it's just so big. And it's like, okay, I can't let this slide. I can't let this slide. So yeah, that 10% is so hard. And I laugh so many times because I hear people say, oh, I'll be ready in 2 weeks. Okay.
Nope.
Sometimes them 2 weeks turn into 4 weeks, and before you know it, you rolling into that next month. Like, all right, we got to be done.
Like, this probably looking the same the last month. Like, what's going on? But it's that 10%. It's that tedious work that needs to be done.
You just got to go in and take the pictures at that time. Just do it, and then figure it out later. Because
just go.
That 10%, it just never goes away. Because even when you get an inspection, it feels like that 10% is still there, because they just found 10 more percent. So just let it go.
Okay. So we talked about our challenges with the contract. So now we done bought the house, we done fixed the house. Now we go in the market. What was your fears about taking a house to the market? And what were some fears while the house was on the market that you
had? So when you put a house on the market that you've I guess done the work on, you're like, you're kind of exposing yourself, because you're like, what if people come in and
don't like what I did?
Like, what if they don't like this? What if they like, I really like that, but it's like a criticism. So
it's like they throwing jabs at you.
Yeah, it hurts a little bit.
It does. Not a little bit. It does. Because you don't understand. Buyers don't understand how much time, how much the thought process was to even pick this color paint, to pick this color countertop, to make sure it matched kind of with the floors and and everything flows. So when they come in and they like, I don't like it. What you mean? Like, I spent hours trying to make sure this was perfect. You know how many hours I lost?
Yeah.
Yes. That's but to take that a step farther, we did the training yesterday on the top 5 reasons newbies fail on their first investment property. But it's because of that. Because they go overboard on that rehab, because they're trying to make it perfect. And because they don't, it's a pride thing, and they don't want people to say this is not good or that is not good. So,
or you cut a corner, so you want to make sure every corner is not cut and everything is perfect. But buyers, all they want to see, they think they want to see more.
Yeah.
But all they want to see is a clean slate. They don't even like color for real. And I know that's crazy. That sounds crazy. Buyers really don't like color. Like, they want white, gray, brown because everything else can match with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment I painted a door teal, was it teal?
Which one? You
In
famous for
Hoover.
those.
I said, I'm gonna do it like the houses in Mountain Brook. I'm gonna go with a teal door. Ashley, I promise you, that house did not sell until I replaced it with a white door.
Really?
Facts.
The door was the turn off.
That's kind of petty.
The front, that's what you think. That's not how they feel.
Yep.
The door.
We changed the door.
And my agent, I ended up getting, I think she told me, like, come on, let's retake these pictures. Let's change the door. I'm gonna bring some flowers from my house. We're gonna stage it for the pictures and let's see what happens. She put 2 flower pots on both sides of the door, and it had some yellow flowers coming out of it. It was beautiful. Big flower pot. We changed the door white. And we was hesitant about it. Like,
yeah,
this not stuff. Like, we just did something. That weekend it got under contract. I was like, this is some foolish
so
shit.
it's tough to not personalize them. Like, you want to make them nice, but you don't want to over personalize them because that turns people off.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it's only on renovated things, because when people buy houses with other people living in it,
they don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. They don't care.
Right. Friends that go over asking price on something with somebody staying in it, still got old carpet in, and I'm like, how you said that? When I got a whole renovated house, it's personalized.
Yep.
It can be right next to each other. It's too personalized for.
One thing I want to talk about is a couple areas that we saved some money. We saved money in 2 areas off the top of my head. We didn't replace the cabinets, and we didn't replace the window. And I know that most people, when they are doing their first properties and they're making those budgets, they automatically assume, I got to replace the windows, I got to replace the cabinets, and
the roof.
We didn't do the roof.
Yeah.
No,
we didn't do the roof neither.
No. Or AC unit. Ashley was hell bent about that AC unit. She was not replacing that AC unit.
So, and I just want I don't think I want to make a point of, you can't do everything in a house. They're not buying a new house. You have to strategically pick the things that's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck and roll with it. So understand that you don't necessarily have to redo everything. Spend $100,000 on a remodel. So the thing, I think we spent what, 45?
It was
50.
Yeah, 50-ish.
50-ish, and we still got a solid product. All right.
Yeah, but I will say about the windows.
I was just gonna say, what Ashley has a feeling towards these windows.
All right, come on.
The windows, the buyers, like people that would come, because I think it would have gone under contract quicker if the windows had been replaced, because it had newer windows in the back part of the house, but the older windows were in the front part, and of course that's what people saw first. So I think it would have.
Did you put any blinds up?
No. I put the paper blinds up at first, and then my realtor was like, "Let's take the blinds down so we can show the natural light that comes in to the house."
That's what your issue was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
But on some houses, take them out. Take not the blinds. I'm talking about the windows. Yeah. Take them out. As long as it fits in the budget, do it. I have this house that is in Inslee, and everybody that comes and says, these closets in this house is way too small. But it takes that one person. I have a lady that is dying to be, not dying, but she is like overexcited for this same house that so many people turned down because of the window. I mean, the closet not being big enough. So it just literally has to get to that right person. And you never know who that right person is, but when that right person comes, they're like overjoyed on everything that everybody else thought, I can't do that.
And the house a lot of people were, mad about the windows, but it was like you have so much other room.
You got so much room.
Like this house has such a great floor plan. Like
It does.
the windows are, to me, they were
the smallest. Yeah.
it was small.
But just like that door.
Small.
You never know
what it is.
Yeah.
So when we hit the market, it just fly off the shelf.
No.
Okay.
So.
But it's supposed to fly off because
I mean, everybody on ABTV, man, they just tell you
news
under contract and they're supposed to just go. That's not how it went. Okay.
So in this crazy market, the interest rates were high. What were they, like 7-ish,
yeah,
8
yeah.
at the time? And where I was priced at, it was just a bit too high. And so we tried some things. But the original price weren't getting any.
You didn't get any showings first.
No showings. And so brought it down about 10,000. Started getting showings, and then people tried lowballing.
Gotta try.
And
that hurt your feelings.
It didn't hurt my feelings, but it was like no.
No, that's that thing again where it hurts my feelings, and Ash got this poker face like
no. I
don't know what that left field though, because I'm gonna go like jump off the bridge.
So I think we listed late October, early November, and we're getting showings. Started getting showings, and then nothing because it was December. It was like
now
holiday
Christmas, yeah.
And so my realtor decided to just take it off the market, let the days reset. And then we had in I think the 20th of January, relisted it, days reset, had an open house. People came, got offers.
No. You got offers, but how many offers did you get?
Oh.
And okay. This was the first week back on the market.
The first weekend back on the market, it got like 4 offers.
Just like that.
Yeah.
From no offers.
From no offers for 3 months is 30 days off the market.
30 days off. Now we look like a brand new house back on the market.
Now we come back to the market.
Did we do anything before we put it back on the market?
Mm-mm.
Same house.
And we get 4 offers.
4 offers.
Wow. Price wise, when we took it off the market, we put it back on for that same price?
No, came down I think about 10,000 more. So we ended up at came back on the market at 240.
Okay. When we took it off, we was at
I think 245.
245. So $5,000.
Yeah, 245.
Okay.
So unfortunately none of those worked out, but then we were able to go back under contract quickly. And let's see, I had a good feeling about it because like after none of those offers worked out, I was feeling down. And I always heard that, once like the devil starts throwing all this stuff at you, it's about to be a breakthrough.
It's about to be a breakthrough.
And so when the second time we went under contract, and I was like, I got a feeling this is gonna. I called my mom. I was like, this is gonna go through. I got a good feeling about it. And even still, like we still had a couple challenges, a little back and forth thing. Everything went fine, and it's our plans.
It's out of your hands. That's right. So.
Yes. So the one thing I do want everybody watching to know: real estate is going to be challenging. Real estate is going to take you on a roller coaster, especially for my women. Y'all are emotional people. So
watch it.
I mean, those are facts.
It is.
Y'all are emotional people. And in this real estate game, like y'all have hit on 2 or 3 different things to where a woman can get emotional. And a lot of times emotions make bad decisions.
Yeah.
So understand that if you are a woman, try to get somebody to do it.
Well, I think some men are emotional too. So if you're just emotional at all, I think you should probably step away from it and talk to someone who is not really involved, who can really show you a clear side and not tell you sometimes what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times if we're in our emotions, we already got the answer in our head. So if somebody tells us something, be able to talk to someone where they're going to give you honest feedback, but also be willing to take it in, even when it hurts, and implement it. Because real estate's hard.
It's hard. So, and that's one of the things that I really wanted you to come on the podcast about, Ashley, is it's not always just great. Like there's going to be challenges. Like there's going to be emotional challenges. There's going to be physical challenges. There's going to be financial challenges. And I think that with you working a full-time job, you will still, and you live 45 minutes away from the property.
From your first deal.
You were still able to manage the project and get through. So I will commend you for that.
Thank you.
That's absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
And I know that there are people watching and they're saying, if she can do it,
I can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say that
Ash is my shiro.
Oh my God, you're so funny. All right. So if you had to give advice to someone that is on the fence about starting real estate, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to definitely find a mentor. It's important to look to somebody who's been where you want to be.
Okay.
And I would say start off with a partner. The partner and mentor can be one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, just go for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just
do
go
it.
for it.
So-
You just gotta do it.
So I know a lot of times we say it, but I want to hear your reaction to it. We always say on your first one, maybe even two properties, it's not all about the money. It's more about the experience. It's more about the confidence. It's more about the ability to say, I can do it and I'm going to do it again. So if you give me a confidence meter of 1 to 10, before you started and after you finished, what was that confidence like?
Confidence meter, before I started, it was probably around a 7.
Okay.
And I think after seeing the finished product, and it's like, whoa, I decided to do that. I decided.
I can figure that out.
Yeah.
I can do that.
It was probably around an 8.
Around an 8. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So understand that experience is invaluable, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, because yes, that's one property, but there's going to be more properties that come, and it's going to get easier as it go along. You still have challenges. You still gonna have contractors.
Every house is different.
Everyone of them gonna be a little different.
Yeah.
But the ability to say, I'm confident in going into a house that looks
like I should
this
be going
correct
into it.
and saying, I know what this gonna look like when I finish. Where other people go into a house that got holes in the wall and they got drop ceiling or they got no cabinets at all. To you, it's gonna be like,
that's no big deal.
That's no. So like
a hole in the walls.
That's nothing. So like
clean that up real quick.
we walked in the house at Irondale yesterday, and it was like, oh, this is nothing. But at the same time, it was about $50,000 project. I'm like, am I sitting here saying a $50,000 project is nothing? But it was really straightforward.
It was.
But that confidence, and once you do it over and over and over, it's invaluable.
Now let me say this.
All right, come on.
I think some people can see this, but some people can't. And I'm just gonna be totally honest. No, I don't see a house and know what it's gonna look like at the end in total transparency. I just know what I can do to it. But I don't know until it actually happens. Like, oh, you fucking all right. Or I might have jacked this one up.
You're saying from a structural standpoint.
Yeah, like when I start moving walls,
Okay.
I don't really know if it's gonna flow sometimes. I just feel like, yeah, this need to go down. This need to go down. But sometimes, and I'm gonna say the other Iredale house, I went back looking at the pictures where it wasn't even a 1 bedroom for real. And we done turned this into a 2 bedroom. I didn't see that going through. Now it's beautiful. But man, so don't get mad at yourself if you don't see it. Don't get mad at yourself if you on your 10th deal and you don't have that vision so clearly, because it comes with time. Like, you're gonna do some things, it's gonna work. You're gonna do some things where it may not work and you just have to adjust. But just know that adjusting is a part of the process. It's a part of the process. And have fun with it. Like, because it can be stressful when it's real money.
Yeah, I had fun when I got to knock down part of that wall for the video.
It was a stressful.
So, if you don't know, we always, a part of our teaching is you don't need to do no work. You're the investor. You're not the contractor. If you can't make the deal work with hiring people out, you don't need to do it. But Ashlee over here,
talking about she was gonna be demo.
Ashlee over there wanted to be demo. She got the. Did you have glasses on too? Did you have your demo glasses on? She got her sledgehammer. She is knocking down walls.
That was just a photo.
That was a photo.
I put that hold in and I was like, here you go. that was for the brand.
But you opened up a wall.
Yeah.
You opened up a wall in the project. So like to see a wall being opened up, a lot of times we like, whoo, can't do that. But to see it being done, I think that's a wonderful process.
And it wasn't that expensive, because most of the times they tell you when you got to knock down and open up walls, oh, that's going to cost an arm and a leg. It's not that expensive.
It's not.
Especially for the look and feel that it gives you. It's not that expensive.
Did you meet budget or go over budget with your contract?
We went over something.
Okay. So what caused you to go
over? Extra repairs that just had to be done. Yeah, extra repairs and labor, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Materials. So that was a big house.
Materials. Yes. But and it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath.
Full baths.
Huge master bedroom with an office.
2 master bedrooms, honestly.
Yeah.
Because there was one on one side of the house and then another one on the other side.
Agree.
And that was huge.
It was. That was a big house to be in.
If you had kids, Ashlee, you probably would have got emotionally attached to the house.
Yeah.
You probably would have.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of kids. Because the house was like perfect.
The layout be on the whole side of the house.
You even got to worry about them.
Right.
You and these kids.
It's a lot of them.
You be getting emotional about all the houses.
They got space.
All right, Ash, it's on you.
OMG. All right. So what's next, Ash?
Find a new deal.
You gotta find a new deal. You gotta find a new deal.
Pretty much it.
Was that working? Keep working. Keep working. Was that a hard thing to do? Like, because you're not looking for deals while you're rehabbing. So is getting back active in the market, is that hard, or is it kind of easy?
You gotta find, for me, you gotta find that motivation to like do it again, because it is like, if you don't have anybody else that's really like going full time to help you like oversee the project, it can't be like another full-time job, because you got to make time to go and look, see, hey, what y'all doing over here? But yeah, it's just finding that motivation again. But
to do it, yeah. Gotta. It's a mental thing. Thing.
But it feels good knowing I got one.
You got one in your belt. Yeah. What's my deadline for the next one? We're in April.
We are in April. We gonna let's see.
Come on, May.
Yeah.
All right.
You know she's an overachiever, so
I know.
You know it ain't gonna take. All right, let's roll. Mm-hmm. Did you get any questions asked? Do y'all have any questions?
All right, so I got a few comments and questions. Joy said, listen to her mindset. Tamika said, it's a blessing when you have positive people around you and they're encouraging you. So I didn't get questions. I got comments.
Okay.
T said, So price and timing makes a difference.
Yes.
So yes, price and timing makes a difference. And I think no one knew that we were coming out of probably one of the worst real estate seasons last year, where interest rates went up. People weren't like, there weren't many buyers in the market for anything. And that took a real hit on a lot of properties, on a lot of investors, a lot of people in the market, because many people didn't pivot and shift and turn things into rentals during that time. And they were still hoping, wishing, and trying different strategies to get people out, like just getting them out of their own house to go look at houses. So that's why real estate's up and down. You never really know when it's going to be that hot season. It's never going to be that, when it's going to be that slow season. But when you realize what it is, you got to react. Either you're going to stay on the market and you're going to do extra when it comes to your marketing and getting people out, or you're going to take it off and you're going to turn it into a rental. But always understand you have options. And you just got to have tools in that tool belt to be able to use those options. I was getting ready to say something and I totally forgot.
For my Birmingham people, we have a property walkthrough coming up next week on May 1st. That's first or second?
May 1st.
May 1st. We're going to be in Midfield looking at Jimmy Shallow's property. So if you want to come out, look at a project, get some questions answered. We're going to be talking about the financing. We're going to be talking about the contractors. It's an in-person event. So come out, support us. It's Jasmine's birthday also. So come show us some love.
Absolutely. Al said, how long did the project take from start to sale?
From start to sale, see, I closed on it late April of last year, and we closed the sale of it. Was it March 15th?
So almost a year.
Almost 10, 11 months, maybe.
Almost a year.
Yep.
Yeah, but the rehab took probably about, let's see, May, June, July, August, September, maybe about 5 months ish.
Yep. All right. Am I missing anything?
No.
He said, definitely motivating. Thank you for, where did she put that? Thank you for your story, for sharing. That's what she said, sharing your experience with us. Miss Crockett said, yes, you're right. I'm tired. It takes being a nurse.
Being a nurse.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's amazing. All right. We're going to get out of here, man. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for taking y'all time to support us. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments.
Them in the chat. Yeah.
We're going to also go drop the before and after pictures. So go check them out so you can put a product with a story. Let's go.
Absolutely. If you haven't signed up for our free training tonight, make sure you sign up. It's at 7 p.m. Central. You have to register. It's not going to be live in the groups. You have to actually register for it. Go to www.thedenmarks.us and you can click on Masterclass, or you can click this link right here below, and we'll see you there. Right?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Love you guys.
Peace.